Why
That's all.
can't you just like be nice?
I did. I just said I'm not trying to say that.
So are you trying to say that I'm not smart?
No.
Okay. You just plain.
You're adequate. See what I did there?
No.
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be on because it's Black Friday.
Oh, yeah, the sales. Did you hear about this craziness about Black Friday? So this is what we can talk about. Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
So
he's not shopping either, so.
Or maybe he is in a line. He could be in
Hi,
a cash
Lisa.
out. He could be cashing out, and the lineups are crazy ridiculous, and then he's watching you live. Not me, you. Joel, is that what it is? Joel,
Yeah.
tell us. Lisa, Gordon, are you guys Black Friday shopping right now?
Are you shopping?
Are you trying
you
to
in
cash
line?
out, and you're just not knowing what to do with your time?
And you're like, hey, might as well.
I need answers.
Okay.
So, hi, everybody.
Hi, Todd.
We were going to talk about Black Friday, because it's Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's not Green Friday or Orange Friday.
And
or
it's
Beige
not, and
Friday.
it's not a racial reference. They don't call it Black Friday for any racist reason.
How do you know?
Because I did the research.
Of course you did. Don't always believe what you read.
I went in. I went into the history.
Don't
where it was
believe
sourced.
the hype.
Anyhow, who sings that?
Public Enemy. Yeah, Flavor Flav.
Okay.
I'm hearing it
But
in
it's
my
not
head,
playing. It's not playing right now. Okay, so it was in the 1800s.
Okay, I don't want to. It's kind of boring. I don't
Well,
want your stats.
it just gives the companies and businesses an opportunity to get back in the black by reducing prices.
There you go. There's the Coles
So
Notes
red,
version.
black, get it? That's what it was. Public Enemy. That's right.
Number 1. 911's a joke in your town. Get up, get down. Okay.
Do you know the whole thing? I bet you don't.
Why are you so aggressive right now? Like, what? I'm sorry.
Because that was Jason's thing.
So
Your brother's thing.
regardless of how I know it, are you okay? Do we need to hug it out, or
Okay.
do we need a timeout? Should we? Whew.
I'm okay. I'm good. Because I know you don't.
You know a lot of things today, apparently.
I know you don't know.
Do you know all of it?
No, I don't profess to know.
Neither did I.
You were singing it.
Can I?
Anywho, get back to the thing at hand. Tell us about the stats. Don't get all shy now.
Shy. Shy.
Yeah, that's the opposite of you.
Shy.
I don't even think you know how to do that.
What, be shy?
Yeah.
Watch.
No. I hear you. Boxing Day is the thing, but the secret is to do it online. Best Buy on the 24th at 8 p.m. I shouldn't even say because then it's going to be shut down. But that's when you can get the best deals.
Boxing Day
And you
isn't
get
even...
it shipped.
Yeah, but you don't even... But most people don't even realize Boxing Day is not like sales. It's like they put
Garbage.
signs on it, like, oh, everything's half price. Meanwhile, I'm like, nah, you jack up the prices to begin with, and then you put it down to the original price, and people think they're saving. In any case, this Black Friday nonsense. So I'm driving yesterday to Costco, and there was this
Did they have Black Friday in Costco?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
Maybe they did, but I was not trying to. Costco's
well, no.
madness as it is.
Yeah,
So that would not be a place that I was going to be anywhere around. In any case, so we were driving, and I hear the stats on this radio show that 12 people in the last 5 years have lost their lives on Black Friday due to either getting stomped or trampled coming into the store, parking lot wars where somebody is so aggressive and irritated that somebody else took the parking spot that they actually pulled out a gun and murdered somebody because
legit.
of a parking spot. Stabbings have happened in the actual store because the person took the last item and it was like a fight, like a fight broke out and stabbing happened and a person lost it. Like there's all kind of madness happening. This is in the US. I'm sure some craziness has happened in Canada, but probably not to that extent. Or if it has, it hasn't been documented as it has in the States. But what kind of... Listen.
I'll pay full price. I'm not going into any line. First of all, it's so ridiculous. I'm not standing in line for the day before, 4 in the morning.
Y'all.
No,
Like
I'm
that.
just common sense. I'll pay full. It's not cost benefit analysis. Break it down. Cost benefit analysis. How many hours are you spending in that line? Yeah. How many hours?
It's usually just to like save $20
Yeah.
or $30.
I'll pay the regular price.
And then by the time you go to these places, like people are like, oh, I'm gonna go to Buffalo, I'm gonna go to the States.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but the cost of gas.
Cost of gas, American dollar, not great at this point. in
When you
time.
actually do the math,
do the conversion.
you're spending more.
Like, and you probably have to get a hotel because there's a limit. There's a daily limit. So some people actually, this is a trip, and it's like, yeah, and add it up.
Pack your food though. That way you cut the cost restaurant wise.
No, but it's
I know.
How is that appealing?
It's not. But people are not altogether thinking clearly.
No, I
around
think
this time
some
of year.
people really think like they get the joy. There's an adrenaline rush in doing this and going out and to save $5.
Well, mind you, I can understand certain items like big ticket items where it's like a half price television, big screen, or buy one get one free electronic, or something that would be
2 words. Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. Delivered right to your door.
Okay, so that's all I had on Black Friday, since we were talking about the madness of this stat. People be losing their lives, y'all, over some nonsense sales. It's really not that deep. It's not. So, in any case, was it say Black Friday's special stay home sale? Exactly.
What was it?
The special stay home. It was
Yeah,
100%.
save 100%. Save your money.
Or again, like Karen said, just shop online.
Amazon Prime. Right
Simple.
to your door.
Yeah, you don't even have to. You don't have to move from your couch.
You just
can
go add to cart. Look at that. Add to cart.
bougie, y'all.
It's not bougie. It's common sense.
You're aggressive today.
Cost benefit.
You're
benefit.
very aggressive.
Just do it. Cost benefit analysis. It's very simple. Break it down. Do the cost benefit of.
Why are you yelling in my ear? What is happening with you?
Because I just don't understand. If somebody could explain to me how you're going to line up for several hours. Oh, and that's just to get in the store. Congratulations, you got in the store. Then, when you go and get what you want, you have to line up for several more hours.
Hold on. What did Gordon say? Gordon said something in.
He said, it's horrible human behavior. A big part of the reason he moved out of Brampton. Sorry, girls. I'm typing while you move on to another topic.
I'm lost though.
The human behavior about people losing their lives and.
No, but we weren't talking about Brampton. We were talking about the U.S. This doesn't happen in Brampton. Did it happen in Brampton?
I don't know.
Yo, Brampton be crazy now. I don't know. I wasn't referring to Brampton. I was referring to the stat that was on the radio
For the U.S.
talking about the sales
Why
in
are
the
we
U.S.
copying now? We never had Black Friday.
Yeah, but all the Canadians would think, oh, let's go to Buffalo or
It's
let's
not
go to...
our Thanksgiving.
You keep cutting me off and you're very aggressive, so I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait till you're done.
It's not our Thanksgiving, so why are we hopping on the bandwagon? We should make our own traditions.
We have Thanksgiving first.
Right, so then do Black Friday when we have our Thanksgiving.
Well, I think, it's closer to Christmas, this one, so I don't know. I don't participate in either, so it's kind of like whatever. If it happens that I need something I'll go online and I will be that person that shops.
That's a hard no for me.
We got it. We got it. So, moving along, because you're very scary.
No, and that thing was scanning right in the middle. So it didn't even catch.
Thank God.
Why?
Because you're aggressive and very scary. Was it? What was it that girl called me? Well, what did she call me?
She said
you're aggressive?
Yeah, she said you're aggressive.
Me? Can you imagine?
Yeah. After you're rolling up your sleeves about the bullying comment. Yeah, not aggressive at all.
No, there's a couple things in life that's just their deal breakers.
Gloves are off?
Yes. My children happen to be one of them. Ask any mother out there. I don't think that I'm alone in that sentiment. In any case, this woman met me for, what was it, 5 minutes of her life?
Oh, God. You need to let it go.
Oh, it's gone. It just reminded me right now because you're being like a pit bull. But, yeah, she came to me and she came up, walked to the car, and was like, you are aggressive. With her aggressive behavior. And I was just sitting there looking at her like this.
Cancels each other out. See? Cancels each other out.
You have no talks right now today.
I'm just saying it cancels each other out. She can't make a point by doing the exact same thing.
Well, isn't that what the saying is? Is that you see in others the qualities that you tend to not like about yourself? Or the things that, so the things that bother you in other people are the things that you don't like personally within. So obviously when you see somebody else displaying that type of behavior, it bothers you. Hence, what did you talk to me about today with your blog?
Oh, adequate. I wrote a blog called Adequate.
Adequate. Y'all. She bougie like that.
That I was just saying that I feel very adequate.
Uh-huh. Let's talk about that.
Okay, if I was bougie, would I let you just lean up on me like that?
You have no choice.
What do you mean?
Because you love me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do. I know it you don't want to show it, but I know that you do. See how you're giggling? It's because ooh, don't out me.
I have no choice to love you.
See? So, carry on.
Anywho, yeah, so basically I was at work the other day and a colleague said, how are you feeling? And I said, adequate.
Or how your dad would say, how you going?
Okay. Anywho, so then he was like, wow, that's an awesome word. What made you say that? And I said, it's because I'm not overly happy, but I'm not sad.
Underly happy.
Yeah, I'm adequate. I'm feeling pretty adequate.
And most people would never answer that question that way.
Why?
I don't know. That's not a word I would think of using when someone
Well, what would you
me.
say?
The norm, like I'm well, or I'm blessed, or I'm not feeling good, or just how I'm feeling in that moment. I was feeling adequate. Okay.
So then, of course, I had to dig deeper. I had to go in.
Ooh, you went in.
So, but it just came from basically, my mom would always say, it just got into the people that you're around, and it's because sometimes you have to kind of do a pruning.
A purge.
A purge of people. Because you are, what? Go on. Say it.
You're a reflection of the 5 people that you tend to hang around with or spend the most time with. So you must choose wisely.
Because then it gets worse, because scientifically it's proven that you start adopting mannerisms, and if these people are not good motivators, guess what? And you could even start hanging around people, and then you pick up their vocabulary, things they say, it's pretty intense. So I was saying that, lately I've been out doing a lot of reflection, and I just believe that you have to be extremely cautious of who you hang out with.
Yes, I agree. Who you hang out with, the type of materials you are reading, the kind
social media,
the kind
who
of
you're
shows
following,
that you are watching,
all the books you read.
Yeah, all those things are
you're
being
absorbing
downloaded
it
in your head. Yes, I agree. Wow, I think I agree with you. It's scary.
Well, it's common sense. logical.
Oh.
Anyways, basically it's, you know, I'm sure pretty soon I'm going to be 50 years old.
I'm not.
50. So, you know, you're doing a lot of self-reflection. You'll get there in 10 years. And you start figuring out, okay, what's adding value to my life? What's not adding value to your life? And then really making a conscientious effort of, okay, I need to, something that's not serving me, I need to get rid of it.
Bounce, baby. That's one thing I've noticed as I'm aging. If you roll your eyes like that again, I will push you off this couch. Okay.
I dare you. I double, triple
Okay.
dare you.
And we're live, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. And you have witnesses.
2. Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's more, but you can't see, even though you're younger.
Kind of like your shirt. We won't go there.
What were you going to say? As you're aging, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, burn. Oh, yeah, burn.
You looked like your mom in that moment where it was like fire was starting to come out. See fire. Okay. So, what were we talking about?
You said
Aging.
as you were aging. As you were aging. Well, I'm just repeating what you're saying so you get back your thought. Go on.
You're so bossy.
Ginkgo biloba. Take some. And you'll remember where you were.
I still have baby brain. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Mm-hmm. The child will be 20.
Who? Yours?
No, your child will be 20 and you'll still be saying, I have baby brain. Go on. You were saying as you've been aging, you, yourself and you.
Yes. I've noticed my tolerance level has decreased significantly when I am surrounded by energy that does not serve me.
I was going to be like, what?
So anybody presenting themselves in a matter of 5 seconds that I don't vibe with in terms of energy wise, or if there's something that turns me off about the person, I don't question it. I just cut and I keep it moving. I've noticed that.
Give us an example.
That's just that. Like I don't stick around to figure out if I'm right, wrong, indifferent, whatever. It's like energy dealers.
What about if it's a friend?
What about?
And you're noticing, like, same type of thing. Like you're noticing your energy switches, or
keep it moving.
It's
keep
like
it moving.
Always negative.
Yeah, no, I drown that out quick.
Or draining. I find it's not really negative even. It's just the draining. Like, you know, you're not. This is. I think a friendship or whatever it is, any type of relationship has to be reciprocal.
Yeah.
And if I'm
and
always
inspiring, and inspiring,
and like I need a cheerleader too. Like if I'm always the one trying to like that's draining.
Yes.
I can't.
Yeah.
It can't be one like go one team of you go, and it's like never reciprocated.
That's family included.
What I'm talking about everybody.
No,
I'm talking about the clearing
right.
of everybody.
Yeah, you
like,
just you mentioned friends. I'm talking like
like anybody around you. You're 6 degrees of separation. Yeah. Whatever it is, it has to be uplifting. And you know, I've had to learn in my life that I've had to be my own cheerleader sometimes. I have to motivate myself. And I did talk about, and I don't know if it's that blog because I wrote 2 blogs. But I did talk about even my ex-husband. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, unfortunately, when somebody is like kind of like you're not on the same wavelength. Because my dad always used to say, hang around people the same or above. And I never understood that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so true. Like, because people who are above you are going to pull you up there. And people who are below you are going to pull you down there. So choose wisely.
Yes.
Like, I want to elevate. I'm not going that way. And, you know, sometimes it was a struggle in my marriage of, like, I was the one pulling up. So I can't, it's tiring and draining after a while.
Well, and I think everybody gets to a breaking point, whether you want to or not. Just like emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually, everything. You just get to a point where you cannot
I can't do it anymore. I can't.
You know, and I've learned too, getting older, going back to that same point, it's much easier now to cut people off. Whereas before there would be, I would constantly replay or try and salvage certain things, or I don't know, just maybe mourn so much, like mourn the relationship or mourn the friendship much longer. Now it's like
not if it's not
juices.
Yeah, and now if it's not serving you. And then
Yeah.
okay, I spoke about this issue too. Like I found that the way I was raised. So when you kind of like don't talk about how you were raised so that you don't offend somebody.
Right.
I just thought like that's so draining. Why should I like it
Protect
basically
you.
Yeah, like I don't want to tell you because I think I did put this example of like, I grew up in Trinidad, and when I was younger, I had a driver that used to drive me to school. But I didn't know that was privilege. How would I know? This is all I know.
Right.
This is my life.
Right.
But then, when you come back here, you're like, oh, don't talk about that, right? Because
you don't want somebody else to feel bad that they didn't have that.
And then you start feeling bad, so you're shrinking your life. And I'm like, why?
Or you dumb yourself
down.
down.
I dumb myself down. I shrink because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm not. This was really my life.
Right.
And, even when I would tell people, oh, they'll go, okay, well, where did you live in Trinidad? And, oh, I lived in Westmoreland. And immediately, oh, you were rich. Like it's just...
Yeah.
And I just feel like, why do I...
have to apologize.
Yeah, for how my parents, like...
for their success.
Yeah, like they sacrificed...
a lot.
And they worked hard.
Yeah.
So why should I be upset or embarrassed? I would be embarrassed by telling people things, so I just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, oh yeah, and now I'm just not doing that anymore. And if I have to feel bad about explaining how I was raised or whatever, the privileges I guess that I had, in my defense, I didn't think they were privileges. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just normal to me.
Right.
Then you're not my people. Like I shouldn't have to, you know what they say, you don't have to dull your shine.
Never.
And so, then you're not my people if I have to pretend.
Right. I agree. And, again, it's just getting much easier for me to kind of do that cleanup, whether it's family, friends, or anybody else in passing. It's like, I just don't waste any more time on it. If we are not vibing on the same frequency and you're not offering anything of substance in my life or in my family's life, or
you're not motivating
or
me.
inspiring, or you're talking behind my back, or you're trying to, it always comes to light. Like, you just always know. And that's one thing that I'm really grateful for my dad. He was one person that knew how to read people very, very well. Very street smart. He just the type of life he had. And I think, he really instilled that in me. And I can see through somebody in a second, whether it's directly, to me or watching them interact with others. It's like I can see the transparency so well. And I just know whether I want to, deal with somebody or whether I don't. And if I don't, no hard feelings, but you're not a factor. I was going to do the... Don't do it. Yeah, you're just not a factor, and you never will be. And it's like, I just won't allow that to penetrate anymore, whereas before I would take time and I would try to figure out why, and what did I do, and, break it down and reach out and let's try and work. Man, be on your way. I'm going to be on mine. We're good.
But then we'll go back to that. Why would, like, no matter how someone was raised, why would somebody think that they have to attack that? Like,
well, people are very insecure. People are insecure about all kinds of things. And, when they see, it's crabs in a barrel. When they see other people trying to lift up and do different things and really, try to, like, be uplifting in their lives, some people are very uncomfortable with that. They don't want to be cheerleaders. They want to be crabs. So they want to pull you
Pull you
down, and they
That's
don't
why
want to
moms
see
say
you.
crabs in a barrel.
Right. They don't want to see you succeed, and it's very unfortunate. But family's the worst for that. I hate to say it. Like, start a business.
Well, they say
start a business and see how many of your family will
Support
actually support you, or actually go out of their way to refer or bring people to you to get to start you off.
I do.
I'm just saying,
But
you know, like it's
because I know the feeling.
And you know, it's crazy. I mean, it's an unfortunate reality. But once you realize and not allow that to affect or penetrate you, you're good.
Well, they say, look, pay attention to people who don't clap when
you're winning. Yeah, it's true. It is true.
Because they're secretly hoping you fail. They secretly hope.
Yeah, or they're talking crap behind your back and not thinking that it's going to get back to you. So, you know, there's so much, and it's unfortunate, but it's like, I don't know, it's almost like the older we get, sometimes the worse it is. Like, you think that high school is going to stay high school, and then, you know, as we get older, we mature and people, you know, come into their own, and we're just past all that petty catty stuff. But I find sometimes older women are the worst. Like,
well, how many people that we know don't watch our podcast?
Many.
And don't subscribe.
Yeah, many. Or, you know, they'll never mention it.
Why should I could do that? You know what? When I wrote, I'm no word of a lie. When I wrote my first book, I've had friends basically tell me that I could write a book. If you could write a book, I could write a book. That was their way of saying congratulations, I think. And yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can. I didn't invent the book or paper or publishing. I didn't invent it. So.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
it was always there.
It was
always there until you decide. Then it's like, oh, hey,
yeah,
I could do it. I could do it too. And I'm glad if I'm motivating people, because I get that a lot, which I do appreciate. I do have some people that come back and say, you've inspired me, you've pushed me, you know, and that makes me feel good. So there are some people who will give you credit for, like, you showed me, you're an inspiration. But, you know, there are other people that you can blatantly tell.
They're haters.
It's bothering them.
Haters.
Just waiting for you to crash and burn.
Yeah. Well, you know what I have to say about that. We can't talk about that
Or
live.
people who think I have a charmed life. I find that entertaining as well.
Well, you do. You're blessed. But, I mean, there has been hardships like everybody else. I mean, it's life, right? But you live a blessed life. You're beautiful. You are smart. You're intelligent. You have, well, I mean, we don't have to do all of this. But, I mean, you're blessed. You are blessed. You have to admit that. You know?
It's because I forced myself, though. Like, I didn't succumb to those challenges.
Right, but I think the take home is that no matter, there are others out there that still try to force themselves and still try this and still try that and don't have or are not as blessed as you.
Then maybe you should look around about your peeps that you're hanging out with.
The five that you surround yourself with.
Maybe you should look around. Maybe you should. Maybe you need to take, and even if like I said, you know, even if it has to be like lately, me, myself, and I could be your inner circle. Even if you have to like delete everybody and start afresh, do so. You won't be sorry.
You heard it.
If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. You have to make sure that you are feeding your life with positive energy. Truth or false?
That is the truth.
Because I'm telling you, you want to live a negative life? Oh, you'll find lots of negative people to jump on board. It's easier to complain than to actually find a solution.
Yeah, misery loves company.
And to be uplifting. And I choose, if I'm in a bad mood or I know I'm not doing too well, I would rather just be by myself because I'm not spreading that negativity around. And I know it will pass. It's just the phase I'm going through. It'll pass. Mm-hmm. So when I'm withdrawn, and you know, like I'll go to, you've heard, like, where have you been? I've just been...
Oh, I don't even question it anymore.
Because you know
you. I know you so well that
it's like I'm going through something, and I'm just I'll get through it, and I do. I always do. So I'm adequate. So it takes a lot of work to get here. But adequate's where it's at.
That's a great word.
It is. Use it.
I don't want to, bogart your word.
Well, we're gonna come out with some merchandise.
Adequate.
Adequate. It's where it's at.
Hashtag NFF.
What is NFF?
They're just non-factors.
Oh, I thought it was MF.
I can't. It's Facebook Live.
I thought it was NMF.
Non-factor.
Yeah. Weren't there T-shirts? Was it Basketball Wives?
That would be your thing. I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, she came out because.
Oh, right.
Because she told another wife that she was a.
Right.
And then she did this whole T-shirt line.
Oh, I didn't know she actually did.
Yeah, and then she decided to take down the T-shirt line because it was offensive. Because of how she said it.
Hey, man. In any case, okay, so.
So, what's our takeaway?
Again, to be very careful with what you are downloading here, what you're watching, what you're reading.
And even if it's your family members that are not motivating you. What did they say? What was that saying? Not everyone is rowing in the same way. Something about a boat and people rowing, and you have to make sure
if they're not drilling holes
in your boat.
Yes. Yeah.
Not everyone wants to see you win. Like, let's just be honest. Like, nobody will say it out loud because, of course, it makes them sound.
Giorgio is a fan of yours.
He's a very nice guy.
I see that. He's
a supporter.
Says, great listening to you, beautiful woman. Good night. Blessings.
You can read that, are you sure? You want to squint some more?
I know, I'm like, sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so that's the take home. Just be very mindful of who you surround yourself with. And if it's not pleasing or if it's not vibrating on your frequency,
and it could
snip it.
It could even be, and I know this is harsh, but it could be your significant other.
Says the single one. It's not so easy when you live with somebody.
You think it was easy for me? I was living with somebody that wasn't rowing the same way.
Yeah, he was drilling holes.
Right. So, it's not, of course, it's not a nice feeling, but if something is not working and it's just not bringing you joy and it's not uplifting you and you feel like you're a hamster in a wheel.
Yeah, you got to protect your peace. You have to. That's all you have, right? You got to protect your peace. You got to protect your heart. You got to protect what's happening up in here, especially if you're a parent and a mom. Because if you're not good here, how do you display and project the best towards your children, right?
But it affects everything.
It really does.
It really, you're in that headspace, and then there's no way out. So you have to make sometimes harsh choices.
Yeah.
But you have to do really what's best for you in the end.
Yes. One person to a box. That's what my dad used to say. One person to a box. You can go through life and stand on your head for as long as you can for somebody else, but when it comes down to it,
he's the first person to think of it. Like, think about what he went through.
Yes.
Which was very hard. But
yes.
You have to make a decision. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not going to be a popular decision, but you have to do what's best for your mental health.
Yes, ma'am. That is the take home.
Yeah. If he was here, he'd probably say that.
He is here. Love you, Daddy.
But you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know what you mean.
He'd be like, yep. He'd agree. And so that's the end of that story.
You guys have a great week, and don't get crazy out there with this Black Friday shopping.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't lose your lives, y'all. It ain't worth it.
It's not worth the sales. It's not worth it. Cost benefit. Don't do it.
Online shopping, that's where it's at.
Amazon Prime.
We'll see you guys next week.